Hey there, welcome to Tarot Tuesdays. This is Rebecca Schmidt of Trust the Effing Process, and I am back with your weekly tarot card reading. I'm sorry that I've been missing in action for a little while, but I was dealing with a virus that you may or may not have heard of, and I'm feeling a lot better now, thank goodness. So excited to be back and excited to be sharing the energies that are floating around you this week. So let's see if we can get you some messages, maybe some clarification, and some guidance, and just see what else comes through. Take what resonates, leave the rest. Today's March 28th, today's March 29th, 2022, and this is for the week ahead. So I did choose a crystal for the energies of the week. All these little crystals have healing properties, and this one is a piece of green aventurine. Very connected with the heart and the heart chakra. Also very connected with wealth and abundance. We like those things around us this week. It does feel like for some of you, there is some big change coming. I feel like you're going to be a little brave. Perhaps you're ready to forgive yourself or forgive another. Perhaps you're ready to soften, and that doesn't mean weak. That means stop being abrasive, or there's just this like coming back to you, this sense of coming back home to yourself. Not what others want you to be, not like a persona that, you put out there to the world. We all have these different sides of us, of course, that we show to our loved ones, and maybe different who we show to, like, in our work life or in the public eye. But I feel like this week there's a softening, and perhaps I'm hearing if some of you have like an interview, or you're putting yourself out there, trying something new in a new way. Being authentic is the key, okay? What you bring to the table is super valuable. And so I want you to remember that as you go forward this week, and hopefully that's going to give you a little boost in your confidence. The world doesn't want to see any more fakeness. We've been seeing it for years and years. There's a ton of corruption. There's a ton of, confusion out there, and probably soon there's going to be a lot of exposure. But for now, what you can do is be your true self. And if you don't feel like you know who that is, then maybe that's your work. Maybe that's where you start. Maybe you start kind of diving into that journey back to self and figuring out who you really are before the world told you who you should be. Ooh, those are big messages. So yeah, get out there, be yourself, and just really do it with heart. Connect in with your heart. Your heart will never lead you astray if you have a real connection with it. So even for some of you, that might be practicing connecting in with your heart, meaning drop into a bit of stillness, find a quiet place to chill out. Maybe you put your hand on your heart or both hands on your heart. Maybe you feel your heart beat for a little while. Take a breath, maybe. And then just see what your heart says or how it feels. You can even ask it a question, right? And if you're looking for like a yes or no, if the yes, it's going to feel happy, it's going to feel like it's dancing, it's going to feel warm and fuzzy and safe. And a no is going to feel the opposite. It's going to feel closed off and probably cold. And also, if you're not sure, then just wait longer. The universe will guide you, okay? Trust the effing process. All right, so those are beautiful messages from the Green Aventurine. All right, let's go ahead and pull some cards here and see what other information we can get for you. Maybe it's going to be some clarity, some guidance. Oh my gosh, 3 cards fell out onto the ground. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, interesting. Okay, we're starting off with the Death card. Covering my face. Starting off with the Death card. This card, it could be to do with literal death, but generally it means transformation. So this is death and rebirth. Okay, this is a deep time of change, and it doesn't usually happen overnight, although you may have been going through this process. Trust the effing process. They can be irritating, these processes, and also what is this process about, and why can't people give me more information about what's happening? Because it's your process, and it's going to be different for every single person. So nobody can tell you where you need to change, what you need to let go of, where you need to surrender. And because you're turning into this new version of you. You can think of this card as the caterpillar going into the cocoon, turning into a glob of mush, right? Changing literally at a cellular level. And there's a rest period that's involved. So also, if you feel like you've been stopped in your tracks, or you feel like you're stuck at home, or things aren't happening the way you want them to happen, perhaps that's a sign that you should just slow down and just be in the moment and chill out, and things will change. They always change. That's the one thing you can trust in this life. There will be change. And what's happening here is you are turning into a brand new version of you. Okay? So you might have already started to meet that person, right? You might already feel different, and you're starting to practice different habits, or hanging around different people, or starting to dive or delve into, new studies or career choices, whatever it is, hobbies even. Just allow that, and allow whatever wants to fall away, and people as well. If they don't want to be in your life, let them go. Don't cling, because this is what's going on, okay? It's big change, big transformation. It could be in your inner world. And of course, if you are doing work on your inner self and your inner world, then it's going to change your outer world. They literally mirror each other. So if you don't feel good on the inside, your outer world's not going to feel very good. It's not going to look very good, and it's not going to maybe even feel that safe. So the key here for someone out there anyway is that if you're looking to feel safe or safer or more secure, then start doing that inner work, right? Start looking inside and seeing what maybe you can change or rewire or let go of. Maybe there's some old belief systems that just don't suit you anymore. Maybe there's even in your physical world, like, a job or people or where you're living that just isn't, working anymore, and that needs to change too. Don't be scared to change. Yes, it can be uncomfortable, but your soul is here, like you're here in this human meat suit, as my friend calls it. And you're here to go on this journey. This isn't about really what you want. It's what your soul wants. So just go with it. And it fell out with the Wheel of Fortune. Okay? You guys, this is destiny. This is fate. These are fated events and experiences. That's what's happening this week. This was written in the stars. So don't be afraid of the change. For the most part, it's the Wheel of Fortune. This is moving you to, better circumstances, things that you're going to enjoy. If there's been difficult situations or a period in your life, that's changing now, right? But you got to let go. You got to surrender. You got to trust that this is for your best interest, that there's a bigger picture going on here. Go above the situation. Don't get stuck in this present moment. Go above it and be like, oh, maybe this is happening because something else wonderful is going to happen. Okay, and then one last card that it fell out with was my daily card of the day. You can check it out on my YouTube or my Instagram, Facebook, and also my TikTok, Trust the Effing Process. And it is the Six of Pentacles. This is like the Six of Earth. And this is where there's a balancing. There's a balancing in your physical and material world. This could be to do with your finances. This could be to do with your health and wellness. This can also be to do with your level of happiness. There's this balancing of the scales going on. So you may be receiving money or feeling better, or you may be paying it forward. Some of you might be involved in charity work or a mentorship program where you're giving back, or perhaps you're the one who's receiving these new help with a new skill set, or maybe it's a loan, whatever it is. It's someone that you could look up to or someone that's helping you. So there's a nice balance going on here. And also because it's a six, and sixes often mean like there's again balance, but also a sense of harmony that's setting in. So yes, don't be afraid of this or these big changes, because it is really kind of a balancing act. This is what's needed. So it could almost be like a rags to riches, or if you're already in the position of being in the riches, then maybe you start helping out the people that are stuck in the rags, right? Empower others or inspire others, whatever works for you. connecting there. I'm going to pull one more card to wind down or close down our weekly reading, and let's just see what wants to come out here. Here it is, the Queen of Swords. So right away, I just heard negotiating skills. Ooh, the Queen of Swords is like the Queen of Air. So this is a person, or perhaps you're embracing these characteristics, that is very clear with their ability to say what they want, say what they need. They're very intellectual. They've thought things out. They might be a little direct, so maybe try to soften the way that you deliver what it is you're saying and not be too harsh, because not everybody in the world is great with that kind of tough love kind of thing. A lot of us are very like, "Ay, that scares me off." So soften your words, maybe think about what you're going to say, but you're also, willing to speak the truth. And also I feel like, because she has her hand out there, she's also welcoming a new truth in. And for those of you, again, that are doing some kind of interviews or negotiations or speaking up or speaking your mind or sharing your truth, this is the time to do it, and do it with confidence. There's this sense of no going back is what's coming out. There's no taking the words back either. So once they're said, they're going to be out there. So really, be mindful of the way that you're delivering whatever it is that you need to share. But also I feel like there's this sense of acceptance going on as well with what other people might be sharing with you. Or perhaps there's this kind of going back and forth, wheeling and dealing kind of thing happening this week. So again, if you're going through an interview process or something like that, beware that it's not their final say. You're a part of this situation too. So speak your mind, speak clearly, say what you mean, and do so with kindness. And if you're not doing any interviewing or wheeling and dealing, then perhaps you're starting to look at your own belief systems, or the way you speak to yourself, or the way you speak to others. And be mindful of that. Perhaps there's some changes there that could be really beneficial for you. All right, you guys, this was a beautiful reading. I'm super happy to have been able to share this with you. If you are ready for a private reading or personal reading, or you want to gift one to someone else that you love, all my details are down below, and I'd be happy to connect in with you and see if I can share any guidance, clarity, or messages. Sometimes we have deceased loved ones that pop in and visit. So that's a newer thing for me, but I just trust the process and share whatever comes through. And it's my favorite thing to do. So happy to do that with you. Also, please like this video, share, and subscribe to the Igniting Community channel so that we can start to reach more women and their family and friends, and hopefully inspire you to live your best life. And this channel is built to create a safe space that you can kind of work on your personal development. So there's all kinds of videos available from women that have walked, in different areas and parts of their lives, and we're excited to be sharing that with you. So go ahead, have a good week, keep going, and wow, this is big energy, you guys. This is big energy. These are major arcanas, by the way. So big changes coming, and this really is the time to trust the effing process. And I think it's exciting. I think we're ending this crazy month of March, where maybe you want to look back. Maybe if you're listening to this while it's still March, maybe look back at this month and just see how far you've come since the beginning of the month, or what's changed, or maybe you want to do a little journaling around that, or have some conversations with friends, or grab a coffee and be like, wow, this is what happened to me this month, and look at where I am now. Or maybe it felt, like, this is what happened to me this month, but this is what I got out of that, right? Wow, maybe I needed that rest. Maybe I needed that block. Maybe I needed to, finally speak my mind and share my truth. So And we're starting April, and it's going to be, I think, really exciting. I think there is an eclipse at the end of April, so those always bring huge change. So some of you may even feel that this week. Sometimes eclipse hit 1 month before or 1 month after. So even this week, some of you may be seeing some humongous life changes, and that would make sense with these little beauties. So, all right, guys, thank you again. And also check out my new YouTube channel. I just launched it. So I'm looking for new subscribers, and I offer a daily tarot card reading, and there's going to be some new series that I'm creating coming out soon that I will also be sharing with Igniting Community that has to do with some wisdom and things I learned on my journey, experiences that I had. I'll be sharing some of my stories, and I'm really looking forward to that. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. Sending you so much love. Take care and subscribe, subscribe, subscribe.